Welcome to Prague, the capital of the Czech Republic, and home to one of the largest castles in the world. Prague is nicknamed the City of 100 Spires, but the skyline of Prague actually has more than 1,000 spires. There are so many things to do in Prague, but with some careful planning, it is possible to see most of the must-see sites within a day. Walking is the best way to get around, as most of the major attractions are within a fairly short, flat walking distance of each other. Start your day at the Charles Bridge. This charming cobbled pedestrian-only bridge is the gateway from the old town across to the lesser quarter and to the castle. The bridge was built in 1357 and features 30 statues that represent saints from the Czech history. However, all of the statues are now replicas, with the original statues being housed in museums across the country. Stop at the Brass Lorraine Cross halfway across the bridge. If you make a wish here, it is said that your wish will come true the following year. The busy bridge is the epicentre of town. It's a hive of activity with buskers, stalls selling souvenirs and thousands of tourists. It's best to get here early if you wish to photograph the bridge without too many tourists. Cross Charles Bridge into one of Prague's most captivating areas, the lesser quarter. This area is located just below the castle and is lined with cobbled streets and charming Baroque-style architecture. This is a great place to grab a coffee and a bite to eat before climbing the steep cobbled streets up to the castle. The castle is open from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. and you will need to queue to get in. Entrance to the castle complex is free and the lines do move reasonably quickly. However, some buildings such as the Cathedral and the Golden Lane do have an entrance fee. I recommend pre-purchasing these tickets as they do sell out and some of the attractions are worth seeing. Prague Castle is in the Guinness Book of Records as the largest castle in the world. Once inside the complex, I recommend visiting St.Vitus Cathedral, the Old Royal Palace and Golden Lane. St.Vitus Cathedral is the largest and the most important religious building in Prague. Construction began in 1344, but interruptions from wars, plagues and fires meant that it took nearly 600 years to complete. Adorned with twin spires, detailed carvings and impressive gargoyles, the castle is a mix of Gothic, Neo-Gothic, Renaissance and Baroque styles of architecture. The Old Royal Palace was built in 1135 and is admired for its beauty and age. This is one of the most interesting buildings in the Prague Castle complex, as it's a mix of many architectural styles, particularly Gothic and Renaissance. The hall has no pillars, making it the largest ballroom in Europe. Golden Lane is a row of small, brightly coloured houses. These houses were originally occupied by the castle's goldsmiths, hence the name, the Golden Lane. These days, the houses exhibit medieval armoury and sell souvenirs. It's fun wandering around, going in and out of each house and seeing what each has to offer. There are restrooms, cafes and sometimes outdoor food stalls at the castle, and this might be a good spot to grab a bite to eat and enjoy the 180-degree view of Prague below. After lunch, head back down the narrow streets and back across Charles Bridge. The bridge crosses the Vltara River, which during the summer months is a hive of activity with boats, kayaks and swans, all making their way up and down the river that runs through the centre of town. On the other side of the bridge, you'll enter the Old Town Square. This is the vibrant heart of Prague. Crowds gather here en masse every hour, on the hour, to watch the mechanical figures on the astronomical clock march out. Figures representing the 12 apostles, greed, vanity and death all march out and acknowledge the crowd. The whole performance lasts just 45 seconds, finishing off with a cock crowing to mark the hour. These days this performance may not seem like a lot, but the clock was built in 1410 and is the oldest mechanical clock in the world and the only one still functioning. Old Town Square is listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. There's a blend of Gothic, Romanesque, Rococo, Baroque and Renaissance architecture preserved in the buildings and monuments within the square. One notable building is the Old Town Hall. Unlike most other town halls, this is a complex of connected medieval buildings. The tower of the Old Town Hall was completed in 1364 and at that time was the tallest structure in the city. The tower is open to the public and its observation deck offers amazing views of Old Town Square. The final stop on my Prague in a day would be Wenceless Square. Wenceless Square is just around the corner from Old Town Square. This long boulevard is the heart of fashion shops and home to many of Prague's main hotels. The Old Town and Wenceless Square offer a heap of cafes, restaurants and bars to enjoy an evening meal and to reflect on your day in Prague. Thanks for watching and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel.